for the late start. Arizona State up 8-7 early on in this one. I'm Luke Carter, joined alongside by Brendan Paul. The Sun Devils taking on the Broncos. And the story in this one, ASU current meets ASU past as Bobby Hurley and Herb Sendick go one-on-one for the first time since Sendick has left Arizona State and gone to Santa Clara. Sendick has done a great job at Santa Clara with a 141 and 107 record overall. In his time at Arizona State, he was 159 and 137, where Bobby Hurley sits at 156 and 131 all-time. Bobby Hurley is just 4 wins away from passing Sendick all-time on the ASU head coaching wins leaderboard.
Absolutely, and we apologize again for the difficulties, but we're live now, and this is a matchup, as you mentioned. Current ASU coach against former Herb Sendick with over 550 career wins now in his 9th season at Santa Clara. Bobby Hurley looking to continue to climb this ASU leaderboard, and a good start for Bobby Hurley's unit, 8-7 the score currently.
And to get you up to speed, so far the scorers in this one, the freshman Justin Sandin got things started, hitting a 3 on the wing, and then it was followed by an Adam Miller 3 from nearly the same spot, and then Adam Miller was able to get to the free throw line on a drive, giving the 8 points for Arizona State. We're coming out of a timeout, 15:54 remain in this first half, so you didn't miss too much, only 4 minutes, 1-point game. It's like nothing's happened yet, but thank you so much for joining us here on the Blaze Sports YouTube channel. We have a fun night in store for us here at Lee's Family Forum in Las Vegas. Sin City, let's party.
Should be a fun one. A doubleheader, first game of a doubleheader tonight. UCLA and New Mexico coming up later, and we'll have that one for you right here.
Santa Clara ball on the baseline. They look to inbound. They get it into Alpha Ball, and it's last touch by him going out of bounds. Great defense by the Sun Devils, locking down the inbound play by the Broncos, and they'll take possession.
That's been a positive point for Bobby Hurley's squad this year. Only allowed 48 points in the opener against Idaho State, and Adam Miller with good pressure there.
Any Bobby Hurley team you know is going to be a defensive, determined team. That's what he preaches the most as a head coach. So he loves to see a play like that. That's what gets him fired up. It'll be Mason with the ball, bringing it up for the Sun Devils. Mason crosses the timeline. He's with it on right wing. He hands it off for Miller. Miller dribbling near the midcourt line. Passes to Quaintance in the high post. Quaintance looks down low for Phillips, but it's knocked away and stolen by Napper. Brandon Napper coming the other way with it for the Broncos. Gets it up top for Mahi. Mahi being guarded by Freeman. Swings to the other side for Esminger. Now back up top for Adama Ball. Adama Ball drives left, kicks in the corner. Esminger's 3. Long. Rebound tips up. Offensive rebound corralled and put back in by Mahi. Santa Clara goes up 9-8 with 15:11 to go.
And that's something Idaho State was able to take advantage of a little bit, was getting those offensive rebounds, get some second chance points.
Arizona State allowed 46 rebounds as BJ Freeman shoots a 3 on the other side now, and that's going to be off the mark and rebounded by Tung. Now coming the other way with it, Esminger gets it up top for Tung. Tung fires the 3. That's going to be missed left and out of bounds, Sun Devil ball.
A little slow start here in the scoring, but Austin Nunez checking in for ASU. He always brings a spark to this Sun Devil lineup. We'll see what he can do with Sean Phillips holding down the middle.
Nunez crosses the timeline. He's being guarded by Napper. He gets it on the wing for Quaintance. Quaintance back up top for Phillips Jr. They have the 2 big lineup out there right now. Get it up top for Adam Miller. Adam Miller to the wing for BJ Freeman. BJ Freeman drives in, kicks to left corner for Nunez. He puts up the 3, and he swishes it through. Austin Nunez connects from deep, and it's 11-9 Sun Devils.
Sweet stroke there from Austin Nunez. Was at ASU 2 years ago, transferred to Ole Miss, and is now back in Tempe.
He belongs as a Sun Devil. He loves it out in Tempe, as now Napper's with it on right wing the other way. Santa Clara going left to right here in this one. Napper with it in the corner. Gets it in the post for Tung. Tung posting up Quaintance. Backs into him. Now looks for a cutting Esminger, but it's knocked away. Ball squirts loose to the corner. Santa Clara with 4 on the clock. Napper fumbles it up, and a shot clock violation, and Bobby Hurley and the whole Sun Devil bench on their feet clapping.
Absolutely, and they should be. Great pressure from Adam Miller on the baseline, not allowing that feed into the post. They tried to go back door, but the back shift of that Arizona State defense able to knock it away. They force the shot clock violation.
Nunez bringing it up for the Sun Devils. They get it in the high post for Phillips. Just outside the three-point line, he hands it off for Miller. Now they swing it over to left wing for Freeman. Freeman drives middle, has it tipped away, but he gets it back, and he's fouled going up for the layup by Tong.
Strong take there from B.J. Freeman, getting the foul, and already a little bit of words being exchanged between these two sides as Austin Nunez, after the shot clock violation, very vocal towards the Santa Clara bench right here in front of us. So tempers flaring here early, just 6.5 into the ball game.
These two teams are very physical, especially Arizona State. They love to get in your face when they're on defense, and they're not scared to take it right at your chest defensively. At the line, it's B.J. Freeman. B.J. Freeman had 12 points in the opener with 4 assists and 8 rebounds. He was really doing a little bit of everything. He also was great on the defensive side. He had 2 blocks and a steal in that game, so he was all over the place for Bobby Hurley, which is something he loves to see, filling up the whole stat sheet. Freeman connects on the first of the 2 free throws. ASU leads it 12-9 with 13:35 to go in this first half. He makes the second as well, pushing it up to 13-9 for the Sun Devils. Napper comes to get it. He's being guarded full court by Nunez. He gets it across half court. Passes it up to Esminger. Esminger at the top of the key, swings it over for Mahi. Mahi tries to drive baseline, he draws a double, so he kicks it back up top for Tyree Bryan. Tyree Bryan drives left, now back up top for Tung. Tung hands it back to Tyree at the top of the key. Tyree going left, low in the shot clock again. Esminger has to put up a 3 Hail Mary, no good, rebounded by Nunez, and now the Sun Devils had numbers the other way. Nunez goes up with the layup, and the putback is put in by Phillips. But they're gonna call an over-the-back foul. Used a little too much leverage to go up and put that one back.
Yeah, it looks like they could have gotten him for an offensive goaltend as well, but going back to the defensive side there, Arizona State, another 30-second plus possession there on defense. They force a Hail Mary 3, as you mentioned, it bricks wide, and they've got to be happy with how they've been playing so far.
And Sean Phillips, man, he caught a body going up for that one. He thought he had the big highlight poster dunk. Tough for him to see that be taken away by a foul. But now it's Tilley with the ball for the Broncos coming the other way. He hands it off for Mahi. Mahi drives in, he's fouled going up. Layup just misses, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Good take there for Santa Clara to get something going offensively here. They're not out of this game despite being a little overwhelmed on the offensive side of the ball, only down a couple of possessions here, and they'll send Mahi to the line.
And this is a Santa Clara team that they're very comfortable playing together. They're returning 70% of their minutes from last season, and they're no slouch offensively by any means, putting up 85 in their season opener against St. Louis. Mahi misses the first of his 2 free throws. He puts up the second one, and that one swishes home. 13-10 our score, 12:42 remaining in the first half. Nunez gives it to Jihad. Jihad at the top of the key, hands off for Sanin. Sanin gives back to Jihad on right wing. Now in the corner, he fires a 3. That's long, rebounded by Stewart Jr. Stewart Jr. hands it up for Mahi. Mahi dribbling up the right sideline, cuts into the middle, drives with his left hand, puts up the layup, and he finishes it over Sanin. Santa Clara back within 1, 13-12. Nunez now coming the other way with it. He gets the screen from Jihad at center court. Now he gives it to Jihad. Jihad now in the corner for Sanin. Sanin drives baseline, steps back, puts up a jumper, and it's smooth. Drops it right in there. Joson Sanin showing off the touch. Pushing the lead back up to 3 for the Sun Devils, 15-12. Now they get it up top for Tilley. Tilley hands it back for Mahi. Mahi goes behind the back, gives it back to Tilley. Tilley pump fakes a 3, drives in, puts it up as he's bumped, and that's gonna be a foul.
Good take there, and looks like we're going to get a media timeout. Bow and O'Neal will come into the game for Santa Clara, so they return 2 starters.
A great start to this game so far. Back and forth action, and if you're Arizona State, you have to be pleased with the offense. It was very stagnant to start the game against Idaho State. 15 points in the first 8 minutes is a lot better than what they put out there the other night.
Absolutely, improving on 55 points throughout the entire game against the Bengals, against a much more competitive Santa Clara team, and they have improved on the defensive side even more than they did in that first game. And Joson Sanon with the clean jumper there to put the Sun Devils in front by 3.
Yeah, Sanon was ranked number 23 in the ESPN Top 100 for this year's freshman class, and he's showing why. His shooting ability is truly one of the best of any freshman in the nation. He looks so calm and poised every time he goes up for a shot, and his form is almost the exact same every time, no matter if he's stepping back, moving forward, pulling up. He's so consistent with it, and that's so rare to see from a freshman.
Absolutely it is. Out of Vermont, so an unusual spot that Bobby Hurley goes to recruit quite a shooter out of Saxton's River, and the Sun Devils will look to keep that offense rolling. But it'll be Santa Clara at the line after this TV timeout concludes.
Sanon 2 for 3 so far on the field in this one. He was 4 for 9 the other night, including going 2 for 5 from 3. One of the big difference makers we could see in this one is the Sun Devils' rim protection. They had 9 blocks last game. So Santa Clara, they might have some trouble driving in the paint, but they have been able to draw fouls so far in this one, which is something Idaho State was unable to do.
And it's an ASU team. They are very, very sound on the defensive side, but they're also very aggressive. So if you were able to take advantage of that aggressiveness that they possess, then you're going to be rewarded at the free throw line. Idaho State didn't quite do that in the opener at DFA, but Santa Clara sticking with the Sun Devils so far as a pretty good contingent of both Sun Devil fans and Broncos have made their way to Vegas. It's an 8-hour drive for those Santa Clara fans, and a little over 4.5, almost 5 from Tempe.
The horn sounds signaling the end of the timeout. About to resume action here in the lovely Lee's Family Forum. Very high-end facility on the newer side. Pretty awesome experience for these Sun Devils, and especially for Santa Clara getting to play in this big arena. Santa Clara to inbound on the baseline. They get into Mahi. Mahi posting up Ali. Mahi goes opposite corner with it to O'Neal. Kicks it back up to the wing for Stewart. His three is going to be missed right and rebounded by Ali. Ali thought about the outlet pass to Freeman, but he thought better of it, and Arizona State's going to slow things down, giving it to Nunez. Nunez gives it on right wing for Quaintance. Quaintance passes to the low post for Freeman. Freeman turns around, he draws a double, kicks it back up top for Nunez. Nunez takes a dribble. Now he's got a mismatch with the center Tilly on him. Nunez picks up his dribble, goes to the corner for Ali. Ali gives it back to Nunez. Nunez gets into the paint, now kicks out for Freeman. Freeman for three. No good off the back iron, but an offensive rebound by Ali. He fires up a three, and that's good. Amir Ali hits on the three, 18-12 Sun Devils.
Good hustle play there from Ali. Big time second chance points.
Mahi got away with a travel there, and he kicks it back up top for O'Neal. O'Neal lets go of a three, and that's going to miss left. Offensive rebound, Tilly puts it back up. He misses, and it's rebounded by Quaintance. Now Quaintance finds Ali on the other side, and he's fouled going up. A hard foul from Johnny O'Neal. That might add to the more to the chippiness we've already seen in this one.
It's a good play from Amir Ali, keeping the head up, running the floor, beat the Santa Clara defense back down, and he's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws after making a hustle play on the previous offensive possession.
And how about Jaden Quaintance, the center with the vision there, getting it up court with the long pass, leading Amir to the free throw line. He puts up the first one off the front of the rim and just bounces out. No good on that one.
This is an area where Arizona State struggled last season in the Pac-12, amongst the bottom teams in the country in free throw shooting. Looking to improve it here.
Mason checks back in for Nunez. Ali puts up the second free throw. This time he gets the bounce off the front of the rim, and it falls in this time. Sun Devils up 19-12 with 10:34 to go as Ali is taken out of the game for Mason. Or, excuse me, for Adam Miller. Adam Miller, the only returning starter for the Sun Devils from last season. Stewart Jr. comes to get it. He crosses the timeline on the left sideline. Dribbling now, he gets into the paint. Kicks it to right corner for Johnny O'Neal, who hands it off for Mahi. Mahi posting up Freeman, and he falls down, but they're gonna call a foul on the spin there by Mahi. Little too much contact from Freeman, and that'll be a foul on the ground.
And Bobby Hurley obviously wanting a little bit of a flop there on that side as he has a word with the official crew tonight. Bobby Hurley, a guy that is very adamant about the defensive side of the basketball here and showing it early in this one.
It'll be Stewart Jr. as the trigger man as the Broncos will take this baseline out of bounds with 20 on the shot clock. Santa Clara trying to get into their set. They have to give it in the corner for Tilly. Tilly, the 7-footer, dribbling on the perimeter, being guarded by Quains. He's able to hand it off to O'Neal. O'Neal slips it back for Tilly, but his shot is altered at the rim by Quaintance as it's a miss. Now coming the other way is Freeman. Freeman looking for Miller, and his pass is stolen away by Stewart. Stewart leaves it, and that's a three-pointer missed on there by Brian. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by the Broncos. So a stop in transition there for the Sun Devils.
And Arizona State will take that one after trying to go a little bit too quick on the offensive end and giving it back away. ASU able to get the stop on defense as BJ Freeman checks out. Sean Phillips back in, so that too big look again with Quaintance and Phillips back in the game for the Sun Devils.
And I'm not sure if that's going to go down in the stat sheet as a block for Quaintance, but man, his rim protection has been excellent so far. He had 6 blocks in the opener against Idaho State. He already got one tonight, and we'll see. They might give him a second one for that. It's Mason with the ball. He gives to Quaintance. Quaintance at the top of the key, dribbling in, posting up on O'Neal, kicks out for Sannon. Sannon for 3, and it's good. The freshman continues to let it fly, and he keeps dropping them in there. Joson Sannon with his second 3 of the game. Sun Devils up 10, 22-12. Now driving the other way, it's Stewart. Stewart, a lot of contact going up for a layup, but his layup is no good, and that's gonna be out of bounds. Referees having discussion. Gonna be last touch by the Sun Devils. Ball will stay with Santa Clara.
Good challenge at the rim there by Sean Phillips Jr. Getting away with the contact, keeping the hands pinned back. And he says, no way at the rim are you going to beat me. Keeps it at a 10-point ball game.
They inbound it for Ball. Ball with the long 3. No good, rebounded by Sannon. Mason brings it up for the Sun Devils. Mason on right wing. Dribbles to the top of the key, now passes left wing for Miller. Miller pump fakes, drives in, kicks back out, and he just misses Mason, and that ball will fly out of bounds. Turnover there forced by the Broncos.
And that is a rare mistake from Adam Miller, but they'll bounce back and look to get another good defensive possession.
Timeout was called by Bobby Hurley after the turnover, so we sit at 22-12. Sun Devils lead it with 9:03 to go here in the first half. The freshman, he is shooting with confidence. He's getting the ball, and he's not looking to pump fake or drive or pass to another person. He wants to do what he does best. He's shooting them, and man, when he shoots with confidence, he doesn't really miss.
He does not, and he's had a great first half up to this point, helping extend the Sun Devil lead to double figures. Let's see if they can get it going on the defensive side and continue to build.
Stewart Jr. gets the screen from Tilly. He steps back, shoots the 3, high arcing, and it just misses. Rebounded by Quaintance. Now Quaintance taking it up the floor the other way. Picks up his dribble near the 3-point line, hands it to Mason, and they'll set up the offense. Mason being pressured by Stewart. Stewart reaches in, and that's a reach-in foul on the ground.
Good idea there from Stewart to try and get in there and disrupt Alston Mason's rhythm, but he'll end up picking up his first foul of the game. And it will be side out for Josan Sanon. Let's see if they get it back to him here on the out-of-bounds play. He's been the hot hand from deep.
Sanon inbounds to Mason. Mason with it near half court. Gets it up to Quaintance on left wing, who hands it for Miller. Miller dribbles around the perimeter over to the right wing. He swings it back to the left wing for Mason. Mason gets the screen from Phillips Jr. Looks for him cutting, pass is deflected. Opposite court pass for Miller, and he leaves the three short. Rebound Quaintance, and he's fouled with his putback attempt.
Great offensive rebound there from Jaden Quaintance, and he will head to the free throw line where he picked up his first collegiate points in the Idaho State game. He was 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, looking to stay perfect here.
The cross-court pass there from Phillips Jr. was quite impressive, like he had eyes in the back of his head, was standing near the left corner and just fired it to the right corner for Miller. Miller was able to not connect on that one because that would have been a highlight assist for Phillips. As Quaintance puts up the first free throw, that's off the back iron and will bounce out, no good. Mass substitution here for Santa Clara as they change just about everyone. Espinger, Ball, Tongue, and Napper into the game for the Broncos. Quaintance puts up the second one, and he makes that one. So 3 career points on 3 career free throws. Quaintance still looking for that illustrious first field goal, but he cashes in from the charity stripe once again. 23-12 the lead for the Sun Devils. Mahi drives, kicks to the corner for Espinger, gets it back up top for Napper. Now over to Espinger at the top of the key. He pump fakes, drives in, picks up his dribble, passes to the corner for Napper, and Napper hits the three. 23-15. Brandon Napper slowly helping the Broncos chip away at the Sun Devils lead. Miller with it up top of the key, hands off for Sanon. Now Sanon gets it on right wing for Mason. Mason down low to Quaintance. Quaintance with it on the block, and he has it stripped away. Now Mahi coming the other way in transition, goes at 2 Sun Devils and finishes through them both. Mahi not scared of the contact as he's able to get the layup in transition, 1-on-2, 23-17, Sun Devils still lead. Now Miller drives baseline, picks up his dribble, and he's doubled. They wanted a double dribble call, and they're gonna get it. The double forced Miller into putting it back on the floor, and that's another turnover forced by the Santa Clara defense.
And that is the Santa Clara defense throwing what ASU had been doing to him in the first half of this first half right back at him, and they've cut this lead to half a dozen.
Yeah, it was a slow start for the Santa Clara offense, but you knew this team wasn't gonna go away. This is a very good and seasoned Santa Clara team. We'll be right back after this quick break. Sun Devils lead at 23-17, 7 minutes and 13 to go in the first half. And welcome back to Blaze Sports. I am Luke Carter, joined by Brendan Paul. Arizona State with a 23-17 lead. They were up 11 though, and Santa Clara with a 6-0 run here over the past 2 minutes. What have the Broncos been able to do to get back to form?
Well, they've started playing aggressive defense. They've been after Jaden Quaintance down low, forcing him into some bad passes, forcing him to get a little uncomfortable. I mean, including the exhibition game against Duke. This is only his 3rd game of collegiate experience, and Santa Clara, as you mentioned, has all that experience. So they've used that defense to their advantage. They've cut back in, and Mahi has started to help hit some shots on this Santa Clara side, and they've been able to find some luck on the offensive side of the basketball.
Idaho State really laid out the blueprints for how to stop a young 17-year-old Jaden Quaintance. You throw a big physical double at him, it's tough for him being only 17 years old. He's not used to that, and it's shown because he continues to turn over the ball. But that's something that you live with it. It's his second collegiate game. He'll get used to it, and it's a learning experience. As we are back underway, the inbound to Napper. Napper being guarded by Nunez. Napper gets it to Mahi on left wing. Mahi drives in, and he's able to get it over the outstretched arms of Quaintance off the glass and in, and Santa Clara continues to dominate here since the 8-minute mark. They've got it down 23-19. BJ Freeman with the ball on right wing. He drives middle, spins around, goes to the corner for Nunez. Nunez back up top for Sandin. Sandin drives in, acrobatic layup, but it just misses. Rebounded by Mahi. Mahi loses control of his dribble the other way. Ball is on the floor and is picked up by Miller. A good steal by Miller as they get up to Sandin. Sandin now for Freeman in the corner. Freeman drives in, and he's fouled as he goes up for the layup. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
And BJ Freeman's been a guy that's really impressed a lot of people in Tempe after only a couple of games of college basketball. The 6'6" senior out of Selma, North Carolina, goes to the line for a pair of free throws here.
Well, BJ Freeman was a prolific scorer last season at University Wisconsin-Milwaukee. 21.1 points per game last season, and when Bobby Hurley saw that, he knew he needed a pure scorer, and that's what he has with Freeman.
Amir Ali back into the game for Arizona State, another guy that is going to provide a lot of energy. We've seen some hustle plays, some second chance points from him already.
Freeman made the first of the 2 free throws. He looks to finish the trip, and he does, converting on both. 25-19 our score, 6:24 remaining here in the first half. Napper bringing it up for the Broncos. Napper being guarded by Nunez. He has it near midcourt, passes to left wing for Ball. Ball gets around a screen and fires a pass way too high, sails it out of bounds, trying to go cross court, and that's another turnover forced by the Sun Devils, 2 in a row.
Another good defensive possession for ASU. A rare mistake from Adama Alpha Ball, who was the leading scorer for Santa Clara in their season opening win against St. Louis.
Nunez gets it to Quaintance. Quaintance with it at the top of the key. Quaintance tries to find a cutting Miller, but it's going to be a kick ball violation by Santa Clara. Sun Devils will take it sideline out of bounds.
Good side back cut there from Austin Nunez trying to get open.
Freeman inbounds it to Miller. Miller at the top of the key. He drives right, tries to get it to the corner for Nunez, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Mahi.
And that's a tough pass to complete. A tight window there, and Mahi able to almost intercept it, at the least tip that one out of bounds. So another chance on an out of bounds play.
This time they'll take it from the baseline. They get it in for Freeman. He lets go of the catch and shoot 3, but it was deflected, and he gets all air on that one, and Napper comes away with it. Napper drives right, and he's going to be, I'm not sure if it's a charge or a block. A lot of contact. Freeman took the hit, and the call will be charge. Offensive foul goes against Brenton Napper.
And that's a great play by BJ Freeman to get over there, but we have an injury for the Broncos on the court under that basket.
A lot of contact going up there. A little wild on the drive from Napper. BJ Freeman, the veteran, knowing to get to his spot, set his feet, and take that hit and fall back. Textbook ability of taking a charge. Bobby Hurley loves to see that. And Napper up and walking. He'll be okay. He will sub out, though.
A little bit of blood under the lower lip, chin area. A tough fall there for Brenton Napper. Good to see him walking back to the bench, and Carlos Stewart Jr. takes his spot.
Nunez bringing it up for the Sun Devils. Gets it across half court. Gets it up top for Freeman. Freeman being guarded by Mahi. They go one-on-one. Freeman spins into the lane. Tries to find a cutting Miller, and it's stolen away by an Alpha Ball. Alpha Ball taking it up the other way. Quaintance tips it, deflects it. There's a battle on the floor for it, and they get it into the corner for Stewart, and he hits the 3. Excuse me, that's Mahi in the corner for 3. How they got the pass off from the ground, I do not know, but great hustle by Santa Clara, and it leads to the Mahi corner three, and now this is just a 3-point game, 25-22. Quaintance, top of the key, he drives in, and that's gonna be a blocking foul going against Christoph Tilley.
And a great hustle play there from Santa Clara. Something that ASU struggled with in that opening game was winning those hustle plays early in the contest. And Santa Clara able to dive on the floor, get that one off for a corner three, and Elijah Mahi, the recipient of a beautiful corner triple.
And that is the 8th foul against Santa Clara here in the half, so that will send Quaintance back to the free throw line with a 1-and-1. Quaintance puts up the first one, rattles around the rim and just falls off on the right side, no good. Rebound by Espinger. Espinger gonna go coast to coast with it, but thinks better of it. He turns around and gets it back out to Mahi. Mahi being guarded by Sanin. Mahi drives baseline on the right side, fakes a spin, goes up, gets a little contact, hangs in the air, unable to finish, and it's rebounded by Nunez. Now Nunez coming with it fast the other way. Give it to Mason on left wing. Tries to give it to Quaintance, pass is tipped away by Alpha Ball, but it goes right back in the hands of Mason. Mason to Sanin on the left wing. Sanin pulls up a three, and he's fouled on the shot by Alpha Ball. Sanin will go to the line for 3 free throws. The freshman continues to impress for the Sun Devils.
And I don't know if Herb Sendek right in front of us is upset at the call or upset that his guy fouled a three-point shooter. That's the cardinal sin in basketball, is to foul the three-point shooter, especially a guy like Sanin, who is very good at the free throw line.
Sanin already with 8 points in the first half of this contest. He puts up the first free throw, toilet bowls around the rim, and goes out. Every time he has the ball in his hands, you feel like he's just gonna shoot it, and it doesn't always look like a good shot, but his shot-making ability is so elite at such a young age. It's truly so impressive as he makes the second of the 3 free throws. 26-22 Sun Devils with a chance for one more. Puts up the third one, and he misses that one, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by Espinger going up for the rebound. Jihad made him work for it, and the hustle pays off as the Sun Devils will get an extra opportunity now.
And Jihad into the game for Jaden Quaintance, who gets a little breather. Not much of a disparage in size, 6'9" and 6'8", so not much size loss there.
Nunez inbounds in the corner for Sanin. Sanin pump fakes, puts up a shot, and he's fouled on the jump shot again, but the other ref overturns it and says he kicked out his feet, so it'll be an offensive foul against Sanin.
And that's what Herb Sendek wanted on the first one. Gets it on that one. Good play by the Santa Clara defense.
The discussion that Sendek had with the referee paid off greatly as he got the exact call he wanted on the first one. Now back into the game for the Broncos, it's Stewart Jr., Carlos Stewart Jr. Bringing it up, and he passes the wing for Mahi. Mahi being guarded by Mason. Mason gets around the screen, now gives it back up top for Adama Ball. Adama Alpha Ball steps back, fires a three, and it's pure. Alpha Ball cuts the lead to 1, 26-25. Sun Devils still up 1. 3:52 remaining in the half. Miller gets it up top for Jihad. Jihad over to the right wing for Mason. Mason passes in the post for Jihad. Jihad faces up, shoots the jumper, misses it short. Rebound by Espinger. Coming the other way with it, it's Stewart. Stewart in the corner for Mahi. Mahi with the three. It's long, but an offensive rebound by Tung. Tung now posting up Phillips. He drop steps, goes the other way with it, and gets fouled going up for the reverse layup. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws with a chance to give the Broncos the lead. And we will go to a timeout called by Bobby Hurley. 26-25, 3:24 remaining in the first half. Stay with us here on Blaze Sports. And welcome back to Blaze Sports. Luke Carter joined by Brennan Paul from Lee's Family Forum in Las Vegas. Arizona State up by 1, 26-25 against Santa Clara. Santa Clara went down early in this one, but they continue to impress, putting lots of pressure on the Sun Devils and forcing them into mistakes.
And this is kind of where ASU started to go wrong in that first game. They started off a little stagnant, and they've reached that point. Now with Cam Tung headed to the free throw line, 18 points, a career high in the opener against St. Louis.
Cameron Tung really broke out in that one. He puts up the first free throw, and he makes it. Here's a fun stat. Before that game, last season, Cameron Tung attempted 9 three-pointers the whole season. He made 2 last night, which was doubled his season total on makes from last year in one game. So he's really been putting in the hard work in the lab with his shooting in the offseason. It's paid dividends as he makes both free throws here. Cam Tung continues to impress off the bench for the Broncos. A weapon Herb Sendick loves to have, as now ASU comes the other way with it, now trailing. Miller with it on left wing, gets it top of the key for Jihad. Jihad hands it off to Mason. Mason steps back, goes the other way with it, kicks it back out for Miller. Miller down low for Jihad. He spins, passes out for Mason. And Mason has it stripped away by Carlos Stewart Jr. Driving the other way with it, fouled, and just the layup just misses. Almost had the and one there was Carlos Stewart Jr. And he'll head back to the line for 2 free throws.
Great anticipation there by Stewart, ripping right in front of Adam Miller, and he's rewarded with a strong take to the 10, and he'll go to the free throw line trying to widen this 1-point lead that Santa Clara recently claimed.
Carlos Stewart Jr. started his collegiate career at Santa Clara as he misses the first of the 2 free throws, and then he transferred home for a year. He is from Baton Rouge, went to LSU, played for a year, got a lot less minutes than needed at Santa Clara, so decided to come back this year, very similar to the Austin Nunez situation for the Sun Devils. Stewart makes the second of the 2 free throws. And back in his first year with Santa Clara, he was first team All West Coast Conference, averaging 15.2 points per game, led the team that year in his sophomore year. As the Sun Devils come the other way with it, Adam Miller with the ball up top, gives it on the wing for Mason. Mason gets the screen from Jihad. Jihad pops out for 3, pump fakes, now drives in, fouled going up. No shot, they're gonna call it on the ground. He made the layup, but the ref came in, no continuation in college, so it's gonna be a foul on the ground. He will go to the free throw line as ASU is in the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1, no basket.
And, you know, being on the court here, courtside, you really start to hear that New York accent coming from Bobby Hurley. Very, very upset that that did not count as an and one, but for the ASU Sun Devils, they will head to the free throw line.
Jihad takes a deep breath, has a long free throw routine, puts up the first one, off the front of the rim, the backboard, and drops in. The Bronco lead now cut down to 1, a chance to tie it with the second free throw for Jihad.
Jihad, the 6'9" senior out of Detroit, Michigan, transfer from Ball State.
Jihad puts up the second one, swishes it, and we're tied at 28. Some substitutions for the Sun Devils as Phillips Jr., Ali, and Nunez come back into the game for Arizona State.
Sean Phillips Jr. is a guy that played a lot of crucial minutes last season for ASU. 11 starts and 22 games played, average 14 minutes a game now in a little bit of an expanded role.
A rare familiar face for the Sun Devils, as that's not something they have much as Carlos Stewart takes it the other way for the Broncos. He passes for Mahi, top of the key. Mahi drives right, leaves it for Tung, and Tung finishes on the layup. Shielded it away from Freeman's block attempt, and he drops it in. 30-28 our score. As coming the other way with it, a pass is stolen by Stewart, and he slams it in transition. An exclamation point on the dunk. Timeout, Sun Devils.
What anticipation again. Chris Stewart Jr. at the top of the spear. Read that play beautifully, takes it the other way, and the one-handed slam to finish it off. And Santa Clara, after they were down 22-12 at one point, they now find themselves up by 4, and they enjoy a nice 20-6 run.
Arizona State struggling to take care of the ball here in this one. They had 14 turnovers last game. Bobby Hurley made it a point of emphasis wanting to clean that up here in this one, but they have not done a good job of correcting on their mistakes from the last game so far. Turnover is still an issue for the Sun Devil team.
It is indeed, and Adam Miller is going to come back into the game, a guy they're hoping can handle the ball and try and negate some of those turnover problems that they've had in these past couple of minutes.
Quaintance inbounds the ball for Nunez. 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's Ali with it on left wing. He passes to Phillips at the top of the key. Phillips takes a dribble, hands it off for Nunez. Nunez dribbles it back up, now to Quaintance on left wing. Quaintance picks up his dribble, needs to find someone, it's Phillips Jr. He passes it out for Mason. Mason dribbling around the perimeter. Now he finds Ali, a contested three, but he drills it right in the face of Mahi. 31-32 the score. What a shot from the freshman Ali. Now Esminger coming the other way with it for the Broncos. He drives left baseline, finds a cutting Stewart, who gets the open layup. What a pass there from Esminger on the baseline, finding Stewart, and once again his anticipation, just knowing where the ball's gonna be. Now Quaintance in the high post, taking Esminger one-on-one. He kicks out for Nunez, one extra to the corner. It's Miller, and his three just misses, but Quaintance gets the offensive board. He kicks it out for Nunez. Nunez fires up a three of his own, and he hits it. Austin Nunez giving the Sun Devils a tie, 34-34, 1 minute to go. Stewart in the corner, Mahi the three, and that's off the mark. Now a fight for it on the ground, and Nunez comes away with it. He finds Miller the other way, who lays it in. Takes a bump after the play, so we'll have a whistle. Wow, back and forth action both ways. Smart play there by Nunez, picking it up from the scrum and finding Miller outletting the other way, and the Sun Devils are back up on top.
Back to that defensive possession. Lucky for ASU. Santa Clara had a wide open three-pointer in the corner. They're unable to hit it, and Adam Miller looks like he's okay after being shaken up on the fast break layup. With 45 seconds left, Arizona State a 2-point lead, looking to build something here in the last less than a minute of this first half.
The pace has really picked up here in this one, something that we didn't see much of on Tuesday for the Sun Devils. They played a relatively slower paced game, wanting to get into their sets, but this team looks good in transition so far in this one.
They do indeed, and we're going to have a little bit of a whistle here as the officiating crew comes together. They're looking at a review on that play away from the Adam Miller layup. There was a little bit of a back and forth shove between Santa Clara and ASU, so Herb Sendek was obviously a little upset about that, and Adam Miller obviously fell down at the end, so he wants a little something extra on that play. So we'll see what the officials decide. Not much information being given to us so far.
We have an official review. We'll see if they put it up on the beautiful large Jumbotron here in Lee's Family Forum, but I think they're gonna just keep it on the monitor here, so we can't really describe what the refs are seeing right now, what they're going over. But Adam Miller did seem very shaken up. He made the layup. It was not a shooting foul by any means. It was after the fact he got bumped to the ground, and I think he fell into a table there placed behind the basket.
And as you mentioned, this is a very nice facility, home of several teams, the Henderson Silver Knights of the AHL, the Vegas Nighthawks Indoor Football League, and recently the Vegas Thrill of the Professional Volleyball Federation. So good to see these two squads coming out and getting some playing time in a big venue, as they're still over at the monitor looking at this one. Some ASU fans on the other side, very adamant. The Santa Clara coaching staff also jumping up in arms that nothing was called away from the ball, and this is a tough call. I don't know if they'll end up calling anything out of this, as it could have gone either way.
One referee has stepped away from the monitor. The other two are still there going back and forth. Whatever we do get, I'm assuming it will be a flagrant or not. There will be no foul in play, so we'll probably have the uncontested free throws. Finally, they step away from the monitor, but having one last discussion at center court.
Still having a discussion with it. It is Buki Oboye, who is going to sub into the game for his first minutes of this contest, the big 7'1" freshman out of Houston.
No fouls issued is the final decision. Ref's gonna let him play as we have 45 seconds here to go in this first half. The inbound to Stewart Jr. Stewart Jr., who's been causing havoc all night, dribbling around the perimeter with it. He drives in, tries to get it out, it's deflected by Queens. He gets it back in the Miller for Mahi, and he misses it, and that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Santa Clara. Sun Devils ball with 30.5 on the clock.
And now it's your final set here, 30.5 seconds. See what they can dial up, and they're actually going to call a foul away from the ball, so it is Amir Ali headed to the free throw line for 2 free throws here as Santa Clara is over the 10-foul double bonus limit.
A good break there for the Sun Devils, and double bonus, he's shooting 2, which is very nice. Santa Clara has to limit the fouling in the second half, as it's been a consistent issue here for them in the first half. Ali puts up the first one, way short on that one, just grazes the front of the rim.
And looks like Oboye and Quaintance both forgot that Santa Clara, or ASU rather, in the double bonus. Is another substitution coming, ball's back in the game, replacing Tyree Bryan, so looking to get that set after this free throw set up, as they'll have just a hair over 30 seconds left in this half.
Ali puts up the second of the 2, and that one just rattles out. Quaintance goes for the offensive rebound, but it's off of his hand. Last touch by him, the Sun Devil. So Santa Clara will have an opportunity to hold for the last shot as the shot clock is turned off with 29.5 to go. 36-34 the score. Sun Devils lead it. They
Good
inbound.
pressure by Nunez here.
They inbound to Stewart. Nunez picking him up full court. He gets it across half court. 20 left on the clock. All of the Santa Clara players on the baseline except for Stewart up top. Now down to 13, 12, 11. Stewart still just dribbling. Nunez right on him. Finally a screen comes to give him a little separation. He pulls a 3 off the front of the rim. It's a miss, rebounded by Quaintance. Nunez will throw up a full court heave, throwing it over the basket. Buzzer sounds to end the first half. Arizona State leads 36-34.
A good half of basketball from both sides. ASU, they were underdogs coming into this one. Statistically, they'll take a 2-point lead into the locker room. For Herb Sendek's side, you were dead to rights in the beginning of that first half, and they climb back with some great aggressive Bobby Hurley style defense. They find themselves only down 2 here, still a fresh 20 to go, and they have certainly had more upward momentum than ASU.
A much cleaner start for the Sun Devils here tonight than what we saw 2 nights ago, but it was Santa Clara able to capitalize on some turnovers late in that second half to claw back. But Arizona State hangs on to a 2-point lead as we head to halftime. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. Be sure to stay with us. We'll have a great finish to this one. 2 very even teams. We'll be back.
We are just about set for second half action here at Lee's Family Forum in lovely Henderson, Nevada. Arizona State leads Santa Clara 36-34. Brendan Paul alongside Luke Carter. And for Arizona State, pretty even distribution throughout that first half in terms of scoring. It was Josan Sanan leading with 9 points. Amir Ali off the bench has 7 to go with Adam Miller's 7 as well. Austin Nunez pours in a pair of triples to give him 6. Other than that, it's been pretty spread across the board for ASU. And on the other side, looking at Santa Clara, off the bench, Elijah Mahi with 12 points, really carrying the load. Santa Clara, we talked about it in the first half, they look dead to rights, down 22-12. They clawed their way back in. How were they able to do that?
Yeah, the trio of Mahi, Alpha Ball, and Carlos Stewart Jr., 3 returners, 3 guys who are all seniors, or Mahi's a junior, Ball and Stewart are seniors, experienced veteran guys who do not get shied away from the moment when they're down. They stay composed, and they know what it takes to win.
In terms of field goal shooting, Arizona State 41%, 9 for 22. Santa Clara 37%. The three-point shot was a struggling point for Arizona State last year. They're shooting it well in this first half, 7 of 16 at 44%. Santa Clara down at 22, and then free throws continue to be a problem. Just 11 of 18 for ASU.
Yeah, for Arizona State, like you mentioned, with the three-point shot, they aren't forcing bad ones. They're taking open catch-and-shoot threes as a majority of the three-pointers they're taking, which is leading to makes. Austin Nunez, 2 for 3. Amir Ali, 2 for 3. Josan Sanan, 2 for 3. It's good numbers. They're staying efficient with it, and they're not forcing the three ball.
Herb Sendek, the former Arizona State coach, head man at Santa Clara. Bobby Hurley, the new man in Tempe. This is the first of 2 games in a Las Vegas Hoop Fest doubleheader. ASU Santa Clara followed by UCLA and New Mexico. We're already seeing some blue and some red throughout this crowd, so should be a good night here in Henderson as we're just about ready to get going here in this second half. Again, Santa Clara, all black, black jerseys, black shorts. Arizona State wearing the old school gold with Arizona and State on a line with the numbers in between and yellow shorts.
Yeah, I expect a great finish to this game. These 2 teams look so evenly matched in the first half. They complement each other's styles well. It's been hard, it's been physical, it's been a blast to watch. And if Arizona State can just stick with what they've been doing, they'll have a good chance to come away with a win here and start 2-0.
So it'll be Quaintance, Mason, Miller, Sanan, and Jihad to start for Arizona State. It'll be Mason on the left side, dribbling up across the key, looking for Sanan. He's back cut. Adam Miller dishes back to Mason. Across to Sanan. Pump fakes the 3. Dribbles into the side. Step back shot. Good.
I was surprised when he didn't take the 3 because that's what he's known for. But Sanan has showed his mid-range ability off as well today.
Sanan 11 points now. Here comes Ball dribbling right in front of the Santa Clara bench. A momentary double there from Quaintance. He's guarded closely by Jihad. Step back, bow, 3-pointer is off the mark. Rebounded Adam Miller as Arizona State will opt to push. Adam Miller for Jihad down the near right side. He's tangled up with Ball and Tilly, the big 7-footer. We have a whistle, and it is going to be, I believe, a foul, and it will be Santa Clara basketball. It goes on Adam Miller.
On the other way, on that last defensive possession for ASU, Bashir Jihad is just so long defensively. You think he's beat, but he can get back to contest your shot so fast due to how big his wingspan is.
Correction, they called a foul on Jihad, so he comes out of the game. That will bring back in B.J. Freeman for Arizona State. Here's Stewart with the basketball at the top of the key, contested by Mason. Gets a screen from Tilly. Quaintance in to poke it loose for a moment. Stewart kicks to Tilly, the 7-footer, pump fakes, drives in, slams it home with authority, falling on his back. Santa Clara cuts the lead to 2 for ASU. Here comes Sanan the other way, dishing to Mason. Quaintance looking to set a screen. Now thinks twice, will set a down pick for B.J. Freeman. Alston Mason controlling things at the top of the key. The senior from Belgium. Quaintance that time gets the screen. He'll back off, kicking over to B.J. Freeman, pumps the 3, drives in, kicks to Queen, slams it home with one hand.
Quaintance said, whatever you can do, I can do better. The big slam by Tilly on the other end, and Quaintance had to show back off.
There's that first career field goal for Jaden Quaintance. This one's back up top for Johnny O'Neill, working on Quaintance. Alston Mason had a hand in there to poke it loose, kicks to Stewart for three, got it at the top of the key. Carlos Stewart Jr. has been a man on a mission. He's now got 8 points, his first made three.
Christopher Stewart Jr. really struggled in the first game, but he's back to form in this one tonight.
BJ Freeman's stutter step three-pointer of his own is no good, off the mark. Quaintance gets the offensive board, kicks out corner. Mason for three, just short off the side iron, rebound by Stewart. He'll opt to press. His numerical counterpart in BJ Freeman slows him in his tracks. Now they'll kick it back out. Stewart, another three, got it again. Carlos Stewart starting to get hot, and Santa Clara takes the lead. It's 42-40 with 17:30 to go in the game.
Stewart showing off his veteran ability. He's just getting whatever he wants right now.
Adam Miller driving off the pick from Quaintance, driving in, going up against three Broncos. He misses, rebound, kicked around, it's out of bounds. Last touch by Christoph Tilly, and it will stick with ASU. 17:16 to go and 20 on the shot clock.
Quaintance has been a force on the offensive glass for the Sun Devils, rebounding there all night. He's done such a good job. He had 7 rebounds in the first half, including 5 offensive.
Adam Miller to the bench. Sean Phillips, the big 7-footer, checks in from Dayton, Ohio, so they'll go too big here with Quaintance and Phillips in the game. They'll post up Sean Phillips on the free throw line extended. He'll give it to Mason. Alston Mason driving in against Tilly. That one knocked out of bounds, last touched by Tilly. It'll stick with ASU. 14 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, and I really like the double big lineup for Bobby Hurley because he didn't run it much at all against Idaho State, and it led to them giving up a lot of rebounds on the defensive side. So I love how he's adjusted with that in this game.
Mason inbounding, kicks to Sand and corner three, rattles in and out. Rebound poked loose. Tilly chasing it down and is finally able to corral it. He gets it up to Ball. Ball crosses center court, looks for a pick, finds Johnny O'Neill, who pump fakes and drives past Phillips. Driving in, a little bit of jelly on the roll, but it's no good, rebounded by Phillips. Here comes Mason the other way with speed, kicking out BJ Freeman in the corner. Money! BJ Freeman gives ASU the lead, 43-42. And now a loose ball as Mason almost had it for ASU, but it's corralled by Johnny O'Neill, who drives in. Kicks over on the far side for Tyree Bryan, now back up for Carlos Stewart. It's Ball getting a pick from Tilly, working around it. Tilly in front of the Santa Clara bench for three. It is pure, and Santa Clara takes the lead back.
Tilly showing off some guard abilities as a 7-footer here in this half. First, he had the good ball fake leading to the driving dunk, and then he hits a contested three.
Johnny O'Neill had his hands on that one, but steps out of bounds. Herb Sendek and company happy with the effort. 16:09 to go here in this game. Santa Clara 45, ASU 43. Sannon will inbound on the far sideline for ASU. Alston Mason, the guard at the top of the key, has it. The 6'2 senior from Belgium. Gets a fake screen from Phillips. Kicks around BJ Freeman, driving in. Tried to lob it up to Sean Phillips, but it's knocked down by Johnny O'Neill. Kicking it back out. Here's Mason at the top of the key for three. It's off the back iron and no good. It's rebounded by Tilly. Tilly kicking the ball quickly here. Santa Clara looking to slow it down just a bit. A 2-point lead as Carlos Stewart comes off the screen, gets right down the middle past Sandon. It's no good. Good defense there as he spills into a table on the baseline. Mason the other way to Sandon. BJ Freeman, far side corner for three. It rattles home, and ASU reclaims the lead.
That is such a good extra pass there by Sandon. So unselfish.
Here is Bryan driving on Sandon. Kicking it back out. Tilly, another three. He'll try it again. It's off the mark. Rebound, Johnny O'Neill. Carlos Stewart thought about another three. He's harassed by Mason and Quaintance, but it's back up to Ball. He'll settle it at the top. Ball, a couple of stutter moves against Jaden Quaintance, the freshman. Lobs that one up. It's no good off the front iron. Rebound, Jaden Quaintance.
And that's really impressive defense there by Quaintance.
Sean Phillips corrals. That one was poked loose for a moment. Alston Mason controlling at the top of the key here at Lee's Family Forum. ASU up 1, 14:46 to go in the game as Mason gets a screen from Phillips, looking to lob that one up, kicks it instead to the corner for Jaden Quaintance for three. That one just a little too strong, and that is rebounded by Tyree Bryan. Bryan has been quiet today for Santa Clara. Oh, no points in his column. Shot from Johnny O'Neill for three is no good. Rebounded quickly. ASU looking to go with pace. Alston Mason switches left hand to right hand. Tries to go in. He's attacked by two Broncos, but it will be a foul, and it'll go on Johnny O'Neill, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Really good take there by Alston Mason. I think he's been needing to be more aggressive with his takes in this one. He averaged 17.5 points per game last year at Missouri State. I'd like to see him look to score a little more because he is a great scorer. He's playing a little too passive in my opinion, but I think that's the play right there that really gets him into I can go to the cup and get some baskets myself mode.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. 14-19 to go in the ball game. Arizona State 46, Santa Clara 45. We'll be back here at Lee's Family Forum. We're back here. Henderson, Nevada is the side of this one. Game one of our Las Vegas Hoop Fest doubleheader. Brendan Paul alongside Luke Carter, and we've got a good one brewing here. ASU leads 46-45, and it'll be Alston Mason at the free throw line.
Yeah, and Alston Mason, his dad played for Arizona State from 1998 to 2001, and after the win against Idaho State, he said, it's good to be back in a familiar arena, having my family here. It meant a lot more when you kind of have to cherish these moments. It's his fourth season in college, but being able to put on an ASU jersey, it just meant a little bit more.
Alston Mason hits the first free throw. Second one on the way. It is good. A pair of pure strokes from Alston Mason, and he'll promptly subbed out to be replaced by Austin Nunez here. 48-45 ASU. A couple of subs for Santa Clara as well. Jake Insminger is into the game for the Broncos, who will move from right to left here in this second half. Cam Tung is back in as well. Brenton Napper will reposition himself in the basketball game as Insminger on the baseline, in trouble, kicks it to Mahi. Elijah Mahi, the leading scorer for Santa Clara, backing down on Adam Miller with 7 on the timer. To the center of the cup, puts it in, and puts it home, and it's a 1-point game.
Elijah Mahi, he's just been really hard to stop tonight. He's such a smart player. He waits to get to his spots. He doesn't let anyone speed up his game.
That's 14 for Mahi now. Austin Nunez, top of the key, kicking to Adam Miller. 15 left on the shot clock as he gets a screen, kicking over to Jihad. The three in the corner is good.
Love the two-man game there between Miller and Jihad. Two guys who are veterans, Jihad coming over from Ball State, Miller who's been with ASU, but these are two college basketball veterans just working down that Santa Clara defense.
Napper kicks to Cam Tung in the middle, a whistle, and they're gonna get a foul on Amir Ali on the hold there. So 13-14 to go. Arizona State with a 4-point lead thanks to the Bashir Jihad three-pointer. Now it'll be a baseline inbound for Brenton Napper, the 6-foot, 170-pound redshirt junior out of Ontario, California. Couple of screens there, will kick it short to Mahi. 14 points in the game, backing down BJ Freeman. Now Jihad comes over to help on the double. Ball kicks it to Napper, who pump fakes and drives in. Trying to get it to Cameron Tongue. Backing down on Jihad, 7 left on the shot clock. Kicking in the corner, Mahi fakes the three-pointer, gets some space. Three ball is good for Mahi, and he's got 17.
And that's back-to-back possessions where Mahi has just made use of the ball fake so well. Low in the shot clock. Arizona State thinks he's going to take the shot, but he knows how much time he has. His internal clock is so good.
We've got a good one here, 51-50 as B.J. Freeman on the baseline works in, reverse layup just off the back iron and rebounded by Cam Tongue, who'll kick it up to Mahi. Elijah Mahi working on B.J. Freeman. Gets a screen from Cam Tongue to get a little space. Kicks it over to Insminger on the far side wing. Insminger driving in, stuck in the corner, defended by Ali. Trying to get it to Napper, who kicks underneath the Tongue. Freeman working on Tongue, and now Jihad comes over to help double. Tongue is in trouble, gets it out to Napper. A floater on the near side baseline is off the mark, out of bounds, and it will stick with the Broncos as it was last touched by ASU.
Yeah, the Sun Devils weren't able to finish that possession off with a rebound, but that's the defense Bobby Hurley loves to see. Aggressive, in your face, no space, nowhere to go with the ball, forcing up a bad contested shot. More of that for Sun Devils the rest of the second half, and they'll be golden.
Tyree Bryan comes into the game for Santa Clara, replacing Ball. They'll get this one in with 17 on the shot clock to Mahi, the hot hand for Santa Clara. A beautiful pass underneath to a cutting Brenton Napper, and Mahi continues his hot hand, that time in the assist column. Austin Nunez working it back. Santa Clara retakes the lead. It's 52-51. Adam Miller at the top of the key, driving in on his numerical counterpart. A little bit of a Euro step, and ASU retakes the lead. Good play by Adam Miller.
Very nifty move there. He caught Esminger sleeping with that.
Napper, far side. Kicks it back up top to Mahi. A little give and go there. Kicking it underneath, tried to get it to Cam Tongue. It's out of bounds, and we'll change hands. Arizona State gets the basketball back, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. The under-12 media, 11:23 to go in this one. ASU 53, Santa Clara 52. You're listening to Las Vegas Hoop Fest basketball here on Blaze Sports. Come back. We're back here at Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, Nevada. ASU leads 53-52. Brendan Paul alongside Luke Carter. Arizona State looking to stay perfect in the history of this matchup against the Broncos. 2-0 in their time. Last matchup, if you go back to December of 2004 in Tempe, Arizona, when the ASU Sun Devils won by 5, 68-63.
Been quite a long time, but ASU's no stranger to Las Vegas, as in recent years they've had a lot of big wins in the city of the party, Las Vegas. A win over Creighton in 2022, a win over Utah State in 2018 with Lucan Stort of the Oklahoma City Thunder scoring 33 points in that one, and then a win over number 15 ranked Xavier in 2017, and then a win over Kansas that same year. So Arizona State tends to play pretty well whenever they're in Sin City.
They've got to love it here. A beautiful facility that's one of the newer ones off the strip here in Henderson, a suburb of Las Vegas. Jaden Quaintance will inbound to Austin Nunez. We're back underway here in this second half. A tight contest throughout. Adam Miller to Jihad. Quaintance with it now with 18 on the shot clock. A high pass, wide receiver caught by Adam Miller. He'll drive in, kick to the corner. Austin Nunez thought about a triple, gets it to Quaintance, who dunks it home after Insminger bit a little too much.
Quaintance is starting to get comfortable. That's his second dunk of the half.
Now here is Tilly driving in the other way. We have a foul on the floor. It's a bump on Jaden Quaintance, and it will be a big break for Santa Clara, who find themselves down 3.
And like I was saying with Quaintance, watch out if he gets comfortable, because this guy possesses so much explosiveness and talent. If he starts getting used to the college speed, watch out.
Santa Clara tried to run America's play, having Stewart inbound and then kick out in the corner for 3. ASU having none of it. And as Tilly trying to go to the top of the key, he's bumped by Adam Miller. That'll get another whistle. So Adam Miller now committing his 3rd foul of this one. Insminger to inbound right in front of us here on the Santa Clara sideline. Tilly has it now. Behind the back, he goes to Stewart. Stewart shot at the top of the key is blocked, but a good rebound there by Stewart, getting his own miss after Quaintance blocked it.
Santa Clara might have got the basket there, but man, Quaintance, he is so long, and his shot blocking ability from the interior and the perimeter is such a great thing for this ASU team to have.
Jihad at the top of the key. A little give and go for Adam Miller. Step back 3-pointer is on the way and good. Adam Miller continues to stay hot, and ASU finds themselves up 4 with 10:09 to play. Mahi, cross court, kicks to Stewart. Stewart back in the corner. Tyree Bryant for 3. That one clangs wide. Reach and out of bounds. Well, they'll call a foul first. It'll go on Arizona State as Insminger crashed the boards, and it will go on Bashir Jihad.
Yeah, Adam Miller on that 3 go the other way. He's a left-handed shooter, so he was just able to get that shot off over Mahi, who was on his right hip. If Miller was a right-handed shooter, he wouldn't be able to get that shot off.
Sean Phillips back in the ballgame, replacing Austin Nunez. Inbound goes to Elijah Mahi, but good defense there by Sannon to try and corral him. Quaintance comes over to double, pass to the top of the key, intercepted by Adam Miller. Here comes Miller the other way. A couple of good moves, reverse layup, no good. Sean Phillips can't follow, and a foul again on Arizona State. And that one will go on Sean Phillips, who's fresh into the game with a push.
Yeah, that's the second time they've gotten Sean Phillips with a over-the-back/push foul going up for an offensive rebound. He has to make sure to keep his hands off when he's going to grab that rebound over someone.
9:46 remaining in this game. Arizona State leads 58-54. We talked about their rebound struggles. It is even right now, 21-21. Santa Clara has the edge on offensive boards, 7-4. Carlos Stewart, top of the key, gets a screen from Tilly. Works it back, ball. Step back 3-pointer, watching it go. It misses bad. Insminger with the board. Stewart, another 3, clangs off the side of the rim, and it's rebounded by Adam Miller. Miller back to the top. Alston Mason will settle for a moment. Sannon tried to do a give and go. Mason directing him to the corner. Now they'll give it to Sannon, back to the top, trying to curl it. Tried to sell a foul there, doesn't do so. Tried to dump it to Quaintance there, and it's going to be a foul against Santa Clara.
Arizona State playing very poised for a team that has so many transfers, so many freshmen. They look calm and collected in this second half, and that's a big change from the Idaho State game the other night.
Phillips on the inbound. It's tipped and stolen by Elijah Mahi. One-on-one with Adam Miller. Tried to go around the back. Gets the miss. Stewart kicks to Insminger, who thought about a 3. Good closeout there by Sean Phillips. Now Mahi drives in, but he's grabbed on the drive by Sannon. So that'll be a foul on the floor going against the ASU leading scorer.
And I think Mahi got away with an offensive foul when he lost that ball. He really extended an arm out Adam Miller. He took the hit, but I think the ref was more focused on the ball getting away, that he didn't see the outstretched arm of Miller, or of Mahi, go into Miller's chest.
And as Adam Miller subs out of the game, replaced by Amir Ali, he lets the officials know. Jaden Quaintance also out of the game, replaced by B.J. Freeman. And Mahi will go to the line here. First shot on the way of a 1-on-1 is off the mark. Ali with the board. 58-54. ASU with the lead. Arizona, or Santa Clara rather, is in the bonus. Mason thought about a drive, kicks it back out to Sannon. Sannon had Phillips on a screen on a pick and roll, but did not to go there. Amir Ali driving in against Ensminger, kicks it back out to BJ Freeman. 7 on the shot clock, dumps it underneath to Ali, who tried to go up for the dunk. No call there. Mason kicks it back up with 1 on the shot clock. BJ Freeman's 3 is no good. Rebounded by Sean Phillips. Another 3 from BJ Freeman, just misses to the left of the cup. And it's finally rebounded by Christoph Tilley, who's bumped by Ali, but no call. Elijah Mahi now starting to settle things with 8:10 left. ASU still up by 4. Mahi driving in, leading scorer for the Broncos is blocked at the rim by Sean Phillips, the big 7-footer. And now ASU starting to settle things. Alston Mason gets a screen from Phillips, kicks it to the far side corner. Sannon, a triple in the corner, just missed off the back rim, and it's rebounded by Ensminger, who comes with pace. Here comes Santa Clara the other way, and they're gonna get Sannon on a foul, and he is not happy as he's looking all over at Bobby Hurley, and Bobby Hurley's not happy either. But that will be a foul, and it's gonna be a 1-and-1 upcoming for Santa Clara.
Bobby Hurley, I think he's upset with the ref. Amir Ali went up for a layup on the possession before that. He got a lot of contact there, and there was no call. But then coming the other way, Ali bumped the ball carrier, Alpha Ball, and there was no call there. So these officials are really letting him go here in this second half.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a brief moment. 7:48 to go in this one. Arizona State leads Santa Clara 58-54. You're listening to Las Vegas Hoop Fest basketball here in Henderson, Nevada. If Smash Mouth basketball is what you want, you've come to the right place. Bobby Hurley and Herb Sendek, current ASU head coach versus former ASU head coach here in Henderson, Nevada. The Sun Devils leading the Broncos 58-54 with 7:48 remaining in the ball game. Brendan Paul alongside Luke Carter. And Luke, as you mentioned, they've really been letting them play here in this one.
Yeah, a lot of physicality in this game. Both teams, they really want this. They're playing with high energy, high effort, and I like the fact that the refs are letting them play it. Let's play basketball. That's what college basketball is all about. The whistles and the free throws, that's for the NBA. I say the free throws as Chris Stewart is shooting free throws and he makes the first one. But that's what makes college basketball special in my opinion.
Stewart 2 for 3 from the line, has 14 points now. Second one is good, as Stewart is now up to 15 and the Santa Clara deficit is down to just 2. Here comes Alston Mason the other way for the Sun Devils, trying to get something going. He's played a lot of minutes here in this second half. Ali up top for Sean Phillips, looking for an outlet. A little give and go wrap to Alston Mason. Back out to the corner, BJ Freeman to the top for Ali for 3. It is butter. Amir Ali makes it a 5-point Sun Devil lead.
And man, the trust from Freeman, the senior, to give it to the open freshman Ali, that's team chemistry right there.
Here comes Santa Clara the other way. It's Mahi, double team, kicks it in the corner. Insminger, a three of his own. He got it. An answer.
I understand the philosophy of doubling Mahi because he's been scoring the ball so well tonight, but every time they send a double, Mahi makes the perfect pass.
Elijah Mahi has been a man on a mission, both in the scoring and the passing column. As Mason, far side baseline, back up top Ali, thought about a three, kicks to BJ Freeman, his free just misses. Sean Phillips Jr., the big 7-footer, is there to tip it in, and ASU leads by 4. Here comes Stewart, gives it to Tilly, thought about a three, gets past Sean Phillips. The one-handed slam is off the back iron, but a foul coming on Amir Ali, who stepped in and tried to draw the charge.
Tilly had ill intentions there, and I hate to correct you, I don't think Ali was trying to draw a charge by any means. He went up to contest the 7-footer, and props to him. I mean, now you put him at the line. He's got to go earn those points, but that could have been Sports Center right there if Tilly finished that.
Christoph Tilly, 5 points today. First trip to the free throw line for the big 7-footer from Berlin, Germany. One of 2 German-born players on this Santa Clara roster. First one is no good, and a pair of subs coming back in for ASU. Adam Miller and Jaden Quaintance replace Sean Phillips and BJ Freeman.
Yeah, last year Christoph Tilly was an all West Coast Conference honorable mention, and then over the offseason, he gained 15 pounds of muscle, really bulking up, and you can see it paying dividends because he's playing so strong out there.
63-59, the score in favor of ASU. Second one from Tilly is also off the mark. It's kicked around and finally rebounded by Jaden Quaintance, who kicks it to Alston Mason. Mason settling things, contested by Stewart Jr. Ali cycling over to Sannon. Sannon thought about a three, kicks it to Quaintance in the corner. Ali, another three, and he is on fire. Amir Ali, another three, and the lead's up to 7.
And you can tell Quaintance is getting comfortable. He's making the right basketball play. So good out of the short roll right there.
Carlos Stewart got in the way of Tilly there, as we have 6 minutes left in this one. 15 on the shot clock. Tilly tries to turn around. It's poked loose. Tilly gets it back, tries to get around Quaintance, steps through, left-handed floater off the glass is good. Good patience from the 7-footer.
Tilly's so skilled at all 3 levels of scoring. He showed off the ability to stretch out and shoot it earlier, and he has the moves inside.
Alston Mason working on Stewart. Calls for a screen from Quaintance. It's a fake screen. He'll drop it off for Sannon. Sannon working against ball. Had Jaden Quaintance on the cut there down the lane. Adam Miller, step back double. He got it. A nice mid-range shot from Adam Miller.
That's a tough shot there from Miller.
Here comes Santa Clara the other way. It's ball down the far baseline. Stewart cutting down the middle. Mahi now kicks it back out to Tilly. Tilly thought about a three, but kicks it back to Mahi. He gets it right back from Tilly. The basket and the foul.
They got to stop doubling Mahi. Every time they send a double, I said it last time they did it, he makes such a great pass out of the double every single time. Found Tilly cutting right to the hoop, and when a 7-footer's cut into the hoop like that, you have no choice but to foul. But Tilly's so skilled and still able to finish when his whole arm was being grabbed.
Sannon and Ali check out. Freeman and Jihad back in for ASU. No changes for Santa Clara to this point. It will be Tilly to the line for his 3rd free throw of the day, hoping to make it his first make of the day. He's 0 for 2.
But man, if you're Arizona State, 68 points with 5 minutes left in this house, you've shattered what you did offensively on Tuesday night. And that has to be such a good feeling, such a weight off their shoulder. It's like the size of the rim has expanded by 10 tonight.
Tilly makes the free throw. He checks out of the game. It was replaced by Cameron Tongue. 68-64, ASU leads with 5:06 to go. Getting into crunch time here. It'll be Miller, Freeman, Jihad, Quaintance, and Mason for the Sun Devils.
Some full court pressure here from Santa Clara.
Santa Clara goes with the full court press. Adam Miller kicks it over to BJ Freeman. Freeman at the top of the key, drives in, kicks to Jihad, far side corner. Miller up to Mason, back of the point, settling things. A down screen for Jaden Quaintance. He'll now get the basketball with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Jihad, back at the top. Trying to get Mason off a screen there, rolling. He had Jihad underneath. He kicks it to Adam Miller in the corner for three. It's long and rebounded by Stewart. Stewart with pace the other way, 4.5 left in the game. Ensminger in the corner to Ball. His triple is on the mark. Santa Clara trails by just one, and here comes the full court press again.
It's felt like Adama off the ball was going to get going at any moment here. He had 24 last game.
Mason, corner, B.J. Freeman, a triple of his own, is off the back iron, rebounded by Elijah Mahi, and a foul on ASU, loose ball.
And Arizona State has 10 fouls here already in this second half. So Santa Clara will be shooting.
Looks like they might have gotten it on Santa Clara after a second look there.
Referee from the backside came in and overturned the call, so ball will stay with the Sun Devils.
Quaintance will inbound. Miller and Freeman screen each other. They get it into Jihad. Freeman driving left side, tried to kick it back to Quaintance, and it's going to be a kick ball, so it'll stick with ASU. 4:07 left, 20 seconds on the shot clock, and the Sun Devils lead by 1. Alston Mason will inbound for ASU. Quaintance and Freeman will do the down screening. Freeman back up top, Adam Miller. His three-pointer just misses off the front rim, rebounded to Stewart. Stewart now has a chance to give the Broncos the lead. Stewart settles with Cameron Tongue. He's being contested by Alston Mason. Stewart driving in, off the window, no good. Pressured by Jihad, rebounded by Quaintance. Numbers if they hurry for the Sun Devils. Freeman kicks to Mason, who will slow it back down. Kicking to Jihad. His triple from the far side. Off the front iron and out, and now we get a foul away from the ball, and it will go against ASU as Cameron Tongue falls to the floor. It'll go.
Bobby Hurley was arguing that Quaintance was being held, which is the reason for the contact, and that is what the official call is going to be. So Arizona State will get another chance with it after this timeout.
3:35 left in the game. It is a good one as anticipated. Sun Devils lead 68-67. You're listening to Game 1 of our Las Vegas Hoop Fest doubleheader on Blaze Sports YouTube. Final 3:35, and this one is just about to commence as we are back here at Lee's Family Forum. Brendan Paul alongside Luke Carter. Luke, we were talking during the TV timeout break there. Pretty unexpected to see a high-scoring contest. Both teams nearing that 70-point mark after ASU only put up 55 in their opener.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Clara, they played in a high-scoring, close game against St. Louis, but Arizona State played in a barn burner of a slow-paced, low-scoring game against Idaho State. So it's a testament to the Sun Devils to be able to raise up their offense, but also Santa Clara, against such a good ASU defense, who only gave up 48 points last game, to be able to come out and score 67 with 3:30 left to go in this game.
4 of ASU's 5 on the floor are in double figures. Now they switch it up. 4 of the 5 before the TV timeout were in double figures. Miller with 14, Ali with 13, Sannon with 11, and Freeman with 10. As now we'll see Jaden Quaintance come back into the game, and he's in double figures in rebounds.
And the belief was before we went to timeout that it was going to be a hold against Santa Clara, but the call was reversed. So Santa Clara is at the line shooting 2 free throws because they're in the bonus.
Cam Tung makes the first one. That ties things at 68.
And I should say double bonus because Arizona State's over the 10-foul limit. Didn't matter, though, as Cameron Tung made both anyways.
69-68, Santa Clara leads. Cam Tung checks out as 3:35 remains in this one. Sun Devils trying to get this lead right back after they gave it up at the free throw line. Quaintance driving down the sideline. He's double teamed. He's in no man's land. Gets it out to a wide open B.J. Freeman, kicking to Sannon, who pump faked a 3. Freeman
Quaintance wants it down low.
Freeman off the glass and good. And ASU is right back in front. 70-69 the score. Ball taking it quickly for Santa Clara the other way. Gets a screen from Mahi. Here's Ball driving in, kicking. Mahi far side, right out in the middle for Insminger, who will dribble it back outside the three-point arc. Here is Ball working on ASU. It's stolen by Alston Mason and then stolen right back by Santa Clara. It's on the floor. They call jump ball. Herb Sendek and company wanted a timeout. They don't get it. Possession arrow currently favoring Santa Clara.
Man, what a sequence. The hustle there by Carlos Stewart Jr. The play was over. It was a 2-on-1 the other way for the Sun Devils. Sannon and Miller teamed up to get the steal. And then Carlos Stewart Jr. puts his body on the line, gets the strip, and Santa Clara regains possession.
Jake Insminger will inbound right in front of that Santa Clara bench. He'll get it to Carlos Stewart Jr. His Santa Clara Broncos down 1 point with 2:45 to go. Tilly gives it up to Mahi. Right down Broadway, a little under the back, but it's no good. Off the iron, and it's rebounded
and once
by B.J.
again,
Freeman.
That's not a block for Quaintance, but he forced Mahi to go to the reverse with his left hand, forcing the miss. He's so good at protecting the rim.
Quaintance has the ball, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, gets it underneath to a cutting B.J. Freeman. Freeman working on Mahi, turning, spinning, trying to find a lane. It's off the window, and a foul is called against the Broncos, so that will send B.J. Freeman to the line. The foul is on number 8, Elijah Mahi.
Yeah, B.J. Freeman with 12 points in this game. He had 12 in the last game. And, man, he's just such a spark plug for this Arizona State offense. When you need a bucket, you can go to him.
12 points for B.J. Freeman in this game so far. Third on the team today as he makes it 13 and the ASU lead up to 2.
Yeah, B.J. Freeman, a Julius Erving preseason award watch list, which is the award for best small forward in the nation. So if he can keep up what he's been doing so far, he might still be in those conversations at the end of the year.
Freeman's second one is good as well. It's a 3-point game with 2:18 to go, and Amir Ali leading the charge on the ASU bench to get him fired up. It's Elijah Mahi for Santa Clara. Ball coming off a screen. Heckled by Adam Miller, gets it to Tilly. Crowd coming alive here in the final 2. Insminger in trouble, gets it to Tilly. Top of the key, 10 seconds left. Here is Mahi spinning, thought about a 3, thinks twice, kicks it back out. At the top of the key, just 4 seconds on the shot clock. Great defense from Hurley's squad. Mahi has to pump fake. That one is a shot clock violation. Great defense from ASU.
He got the switch he wanted. He switched from the guard Sannon onto the big Quaintance, but it doesn't matter because Quaintance is so skilled. Even though he's a 6'9" technical center, he can guard just about anyone, anywhere on the court. 17 years old, coming up so big on the defensive end right there. Jaden Quaintance, so impressive. and that's why he's a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award watch list member. Man, the 17-year-old youngest player in college basketball making that stop in that moment.
Mason kicking to Quaintance. Down underneath on the baseline for B.J. Freeman. Freeman, lefty, working on Insminger, now switching to the right, trying to drive underneath, kicking into the corner to Miller, back up top, Alston Mason's three, bottoms! Arizona State now up by 6, and they're starting to pull away here in Henderson. Here comes Ball. Ball driving on Miller. Pump fake, kicks to the middle. Mahi cutting, and the two-handed jam. Timeout Santa Clara. They trail 75-71 with 1:13 to go.
Mahi willing this Broncos team to stay in this one. They could have looked like that could have been the death blow there on the 3 from the Sun Devils. But Mahi keeping them in it. Now just a 4-point game with 1:13 to go. But man, Arizona State shooting 37% from 3 on the night. If you're Bobby Hurley, you've been waiting to see a 3-point performance like this.
Don't forget, folks, this is game 1 of our doubleheader here at the Las Vegas Hoop Fest at Lee's Family Forum. UCLA will take on the University of New Mexico in our second game, and their fans have started to file in pretty nicely, but what a first game we've got here as ASU looks to try and pull away up by 4 with just over a minute left.
And the Sun Devils offense tonight, it's been so balanced. Miller with 14, Sannon with 11, Ali with 13, Freeman with 14. Everyone is so unselfish. The extra passes when swinging it around tonight has been such a highlight because no one is settling. You want the most open, in-rhythm shot, and the Sun Devils as a team have looked for that all night, and that's why they've made 13 threes on the night and shooting it at a 38.9% clip. Updated 14 threes on the night, 38.9%. One of the best Sun Devil three-point shooting performances in a long time.
And they needed it here in this game. The foul discrepancy is something to note. Arizona State already over the double bonus limit, so Santa Clara will shoot 2 the rest of the way. For the Broncos, they played a pretty clean half of basketball, only 3 fouls.
And I said before halftime, they had 10 fouls through 12 minutes of the first half. In the first half, 3 fouls in the whole second half. So a great adjustment by Herb Sendek to fix that up. And now Arizona State really can't get the benefit of the doubt by getting some free throws in this late stretch. Santa Clara has fouls to give.
It'll be Ball, Stewart, Insminger, Tilley, and Mahi for Santa Clara. And for the Sun Devils, it is B.J. Freeman, Adam Miller, Alston Mason, Sunon, and Jaden Quaintance. And now here comes that press that Santa Clara drew out a little earlier in this half. Adam Miller to inbound. Gets it to B.J. Freeman, and Ball goes immediately to try and get something going. Adam Miller now, near side, in the middle for Alston Mason. Mason is complacent to kill a couple of seconds off this game clock. 15 on the shot clock, 56 seconds left in the game. Mason on the give and go. Underneath, Mason thought about a shot, kicks back out. B.J. Freeman, his three-pointer, that's the dagger! B.J. Freeman's triple makes it a 7-point game with 45 seconds to go. Here's Insminger trying to keep the Broncos alive. Ball drives near side baseline, kicks it back out, 35 to go. Driving again is Ball, his shot off the window, too strong, but he will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, and if you're Bobby Hurley, you're going to go and talk to the Lee's Family Forum rim makers because this team has just been lights out tonight. In all seriousness, it's because of the high-quality looks they've gotten, but it just feels like everything they're putting up from behind the arc is going down, which is so unusual for an Arizona State team.
Adama Alpha Ball at the line for Santa Clara, their leading scorer in the win over St. Louis. First one for him is good. 78-72, Sun Devils lead with 34.8 to go. Again, this is game 1 of a Las Vegas Hoop Fest doubleheader. The UCLA Bruins and New Mexico Lobos will be game number 2.
Speaking of the UCLA Bruins, Mick Cronin just walked in front of us.
Second one is no good, rebounded by Jaden Quaintance. And there is a foul that goes against Quaintance. So again, as you mentioned, fouls to give. That's only the 4th team foul for Santa Clara. So it's going to be pressed the rest of the way with only 30.9 left.
And now they're going to bring everyone into the backcourt here. you might have a long outlet pass opportunity that could lead to a layup if you play it smart for Arizona State.
Amir Ali checks back in for Jaden Quaintance. Bobby Hurley going with a little more experience here in this high-pressure situation. Adam Miller on the baseline gets it into B.J. Freeman. He's fouled immediately by Elijah Mahi. And again, the 5th foul, 2 more to give for Santa Clara with 29.5 to go. Miller will inbound again. Freeman and Mason just in the front court, setting screens for each other. Mason not open. Second option, Sannon's covered as well. Amir Ali on the 3rd option, no foul. Sannon kicking it around, and he's finally fouled at midcourt. That took about 4.5 seconds off the clock, and still a foul to give.
And Adam Miller did such a great job there, having an internal clock. He waited to the last second to make sure someone was truly open. He didn't rush himself. He didn't throw it into double coverage, and at the last moment, he found the open man.
Adam Miller has to inbound it one more time, and a whistle and a timeout by Bobby Hurley smartly, as that cross-court pass could have been dangerous, but for Bobby Hurley, he's got 2 left.
25.2 seconds. If you're the Sun Devils, you just got to get this inbounded one more time. You'll be in the bonus. Just take care of the ball on this next inbound, and you're leaving Vegas with a huge win over a great Santa Clara team.
Speaking of Santa Clara, next up for the Broncos on Wednesday, they'll be back at home taking on the Bison of North Dakota State. And on Saturday, they traveled not too far in the state. They'll go to Reno to take on the Nevada Wolfpack. And then on Tuesday the 19th, they'll be at home against UC Riverside.
And as for the Sun Devils, man, do they have a tall task in front of them on Sunday. They're headed to Spokane to play Gonzaga on the road. But hey, Santa Clara, they beat Gonzaga last year in the West Coast Conference, so you never know. You never know
what can happen. And after that, they'll be at home on a neutral site game on Thursday against Grand Canyon University at Footprint Center. Inbound to Alston Mason. He is fouled immediately by Ensminger, or they'll give it on Stewart actually. So that puts ASU in the bonus. Alston Mason will have a 1-and-1 at the line.
Yeah, and that's who you want at the free throw line for you. Alston Mason shot it at 88.5% last year at Southern Missouri State. So you're comfortable with Alston Mason at the line here.
Jaden Quaintance checks back into the game for Amir Ali, as Mason 2 for 2 today. To your point, trying to put this game on ice. First end of the 1-and-1 is true. 79-72 Arizona State with 23.6 seconds left.
And man, the Sun Devils just look like a whole new team tonight compared to what we saw on Tuesday.
Second one's no good. It's rebounded by Ensminger. He'll kick it wide for Ball. Ball, a deep 3 from a different zip code is no good off the backboard. And it's rebounded by Freeman. He is fouled, and that might all but do it here from Henderson.
Really, for the Sun Devils, it just came down to playing your brand of basketball and not being rushed. Idaho State, they kept sending hard doubles. They would press full court, and it flustered ASU in the first game of the season. They were coming off getting blown out in Cameron by Duke. So it's been so nice to see tonight that this team has stayed confident, took what they learned from that game against Idaho State, and applied it here tonight.
Freeman misses the front end of the 1-and-1. The other way, Ensminger driving, kicking right in front of us to Ball for 3. It's no good. Rebounded Adam Miller. They'll foul him with 6.2. And if that wasn't the dagger before, that definitely is. A 7-point deficit with 6.2 seconds. The foul is on Christoph Tilley. And that will send Adam Miller, the LSU transfer, to the line.
Yeah, the vibes are very high with this Arizona State team right now. You're so proud of yourself if you're this team for the win. And it gives you that boost going into the massive game in Spokane with a chance to do something special. If you can beat a Gonzaga team on the road, you're probably a ranked team after that. So getting this big win over Santa Clara in a grinded-out game where your offense came to life in a way that it hasn't before it's a good morale booster.
Miller hits the front end of the 1-and-1, 80-72. Santa Clara bench realizing their fate here. Miller's second opportunity at the line is good as well. 81-72, 6.2 seconds. They'll get it into Stewart. He'll try and get one more shot off. driving into the lane. It's good over Quaintance. 1.1 to go, 81-74. One inbound will do it. BJ Freeman gets the ball from Quaintance, and that'll do it. Bobby Hurley and ASU are 2-0 to begin the season. They knock off the former Sun Devil headman Herb Sendek and the Santa Clara Broncos by a score of 81-74.
Such an impressive win for this Sun Devil team here tonight. The final shooting stats, 15 for 37, 40.5% from three. That's the highlight of tonight. I mean, no way around it. They came to life in a way I really haven't seen. Everyone was so in rhythm with their shots. They looked so good, and I'm excited to see them play Gonzaga.
Should be a good one. It's two really tough games coming up. As you mentioned, they travel to Gonzaga on Sunday, but then next Thursday, as we mentioned a little bit, they're at Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, where they'll take on a Grand Canyon team that has been playing really well over the past couple of seasons.
Leading scorer here in this one tonight, BJ Freeman. Once again, that's back-to-back games in which he has been the leading scorer, or excuse me, he was the second leading scorer on Tuesday night, but what a get in the transfer portal for Bobby Hurley. Truly a guy who just can go get a bucket when it matters the most.
Final score here from Henderson, 81-74. Sun Devils knock off the Santa Clara Broncos. Don't forget, in a little bit, we'll be back here for Game 2 of the Las Vegas Hoop Fest, featuring UCLA and the University of New Mexico. For Luke Carter and everyone back in Phoenix with Blaze Sports, I'm Brendan Paul saying so long.